Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And this lesson is getting into, which is a heavy prophecy, is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. In 2019, being deemed the year of Charagma by Apostle Tahar, according to the Holy Spirit, you can see things are moving, things are shaking, and this man is moving. You know, his chess pieces, and Esau is not playing around concerning this microchip, because this microchip is a heavy portion, you know, according to his plan of his new world agenda, his new world order. You know, by chipping everybody, he will have total control of the whole earth, and his rulership would be so forever. You know, this is obviously not going to happen, you know, but he's very, very close to fulfilling you know, the plans of his forefathers, okay, because he is his forefathers, you know. But this chip, you know, is gonna brand, you know, which obviously this chip, he plans to chip everybody, because that'll mean brand of ownership. And he already has the world in total debt. You know, that's not enough for him. He already has total control. He already has everything he can desire. You know, but what does he desire most? You know, he wants control over your total existence. And he's not going to stop by any means to not go according to his plan. And if it wasn't for Yahawah Shai, like the scriptures say, no flesh would be saved. If it wasn't for the elect, right, for the chosen of the Most High, this earth would be consumed. Because this man is a madman. And you know, this chip, he's gonna make everybody get this chip. All right. You know, in this World War III, this which is gonna very soon gonna pop off, has every part and deal to do with it. Because just like after World War II, you know, when America was, quote unquote, won the war, what happened? The world had to deal with his dollar, and that was what? That was the standard. The dollar is a standard in trade, and right now the dollar is failing. And this is all according to his plan, because that was just a little stepping stone. You know, this is the time where everything's gonna come together. All right, you can see, you know, the elites are making and Trump is a perfect candidate. You know, he's vulgar, he's very brutish, you know, and he's unpopular. He's unpopular around the world. All right, because, you know, the Esau, he wants everybody, you know, to take off and start fighting. So what? He's justified, and he can take everybody down, and what? Do just like he did in World War II, make everybody deal with his new monetary system, which now is going to be a cryptocurrency, a digital currency. You know, cashless society. You know, all that's going to be in this chip. Okay. You know, your medical records. You know, everything. You know, he's getting ready to make it mandatory, just like scriptures speak of. Okay, so you know, here you go. You got a proud devil, and here's this article. Well, I'll just get to the point. You know, it talks about bionic man. All right, then this is Esau's you know, wet dream. You know, but this RFID chip is just the beginning of that wet dream. You know, he's not going to stop there. You know, being merging man and machine. You know, that's really his end goal. You know, he really wants to be God. You know, and he wants to upload everybody up to the internet, and him, you know, being immortal, because he would. If you watch a movie, there's a movie called Chappie, and basically this dude, he found an algorithm to capture consciousness, which is the spirit. He found an equation where you can capture the spirit and measure it via the binary system using ones and zeros. You know, that's basically turning biological information into digital information, you know, via the computer. You know, but yeah, that's his whole plan. You know, is merging with these merging with this technology. You know, but getting started on this article. Welcome to the rapidly expanding world of microchip implants. According to the article on govtech.com, the question, have you been chipped? And brothers did video. I think the article came out last year. Brothers, took off on that. But this is something that you people are gonna have to get ready to start dealing with. Okay, because this man is pushing. He's gonna push this, and it's very uncomfortable for people at the moment. That's why he understands this, because he uses his slick tactics. He's very slippery. He has you occupied and distracted, and he's moving, man. He's pushing legislation, he's pushing laws, and you people have no idea, how sinister this man is, and his evil plans for you people. All right, which goes right over you guys' head. But continuing, maybe the question that separates millions of Americans in the coming decade, and perhaps billions worldwide over the next 20 or 30 years. And it's not going to be 20 or 30 years. All right, with the way the world's going, this place don't have that much long. You probably, hey man, I don't want to put a time scale on, but Lord was this year. Again with this World War III popping off. All right, they give you this broad time scale so you can take a breath, so you don't got to deal with it, because that's what you people love doing. That's what you people love doing. You love putting stuff aside, putting stuff away, not dealing with it. That's why you get drunk, you go out, and you give over to you're escaping your own lives, because you are slaves. You're in debt. None of you people are accumulating wealth. All you guys are in debt. You all in debt to who? The so-called white man and his central banks. You're a slave to the dollar. And again, that's what scriptures say. The borrower is lord over the lender. But Esau, that's not enough for Esau. He, for one, wants to completely destroy you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, decimate you, because you're the only people in his way. You're the only people in his way, according to the biblical promises, the covenant. All right, so he thinks he can upset prophecy. All right, but this man's being called out. He's being, but it pretty soon he's become desperate, and that's where, it looks like he's doing his thing, because he is, but that divine intervention, he's going to try to, again, with this time scale, he's going to try to speed things up by what? By pushing, or making America be forced into this war. All right, and that's where you're going to get these false flags. All right, and that's where he's going to use, that excuse to put this chip on you people. It's going to be a state of emergency, something like that. These vaccines and this microchip is go hand in hand. Right now you have a choice concerning vaccines, but it's going to be made mandatory. Right now you have a choice concerning this RFID microchip, but it'll be made mandatory, because if they say in law that it's not made mandatory, what is it to them to say it is going to be mandatory? Because there's no real benefits of these things. Obviously vaccines, everybody, I won't say everybody, okay, but people already know about vaccines. That's why it's not popular. Well, okay, I digress. It's known the terrible things that bring vaccines. A vaccination is basically you're injecting a dormant disease that's sitting in your body, in your system, waiting to be activated. That's why these chemtrails come in. But this RFID chip, has no benefits. It's just convenience. That's the only benefit that is being pushed, is convenience, because there's nothing good about this chip. And people with common sense, again, it makes them uncomfortable, and that's why Esau puts articles like this to make you feel comfortable, and make you say it's okay, but it's a trap. And that's some snares he sets. But here, continuing, the process consists of implanting an RFID, short range, which stands for short range radio frequency identification device. We already have things like the Smart ID Act. Microsoft and MasterCard are already collaborating, with a new, it says a decentralized identification system. Why is MasterCard and Microsoft joining together? That sounds, Microsoft is, a tech company, and, MasterCard it has to do with money. So why are they merging together for? Because they're doing research on how they're gonna how the systems of this new RFID chip thing, because that's why the 5G comes in, because it's gonna need to lose a lot of data, but again, I'll continue. Under the skin at the base of your thumb, the RFID chip is basically a tiny two-way radio, roughly the size of a grain of rice, that when scanned can provide information such as a person's ID number, linking to a database, that database, with a more detailed information about the wearer. So no more thumbprints, no more things of that nature. Everything's gonna be in that chip. I mean, there'll be thumbprints too, there'll be eye scans, but this is that big brother thing. Esau, he wants to be God. He wants his eye and hand and ears on everything. It's not enough for him to be ruler of the earth in wickedness. He wants to keep. He don't stop. That's that perpetual stroke. Continuing to oppress the people. He's an unworthy ruler, and you people just lay down for him. But continuing, consequently, you can walk into a grocery store and pick up a carton of eggs, swipe your hand across a scanner with your bank account being debited as you walk out the door. And there's examples already happening now with Amazon. Amazon has it where you can walk in the store, where it's on your phone now. They scan your phone and you walk in, and you grab your stuff and you walk out, and you don't gotta do nothing, no lines, nothing like that. It's just about convenience. You like your microwave society, and not at all take heed to the consequences, the grave consequences. You take these pills they take, they show you in commercials. I can't think of it on the top of my head, but you hear all the benefits to people on a swing and playing basketball, and it has nothing to do with what they're advertising. And then they got a long list of the things that can possibly go wrong, and always one of them is death. All right, and if you take this chip, you're guaranteed death. All right, via these nuclear missiles. All right, but continuing, if that sounds like a distant future, you haven't been to Sweden lately, where a company called Biohacks has already installed around 4,000 chips in customers at a cost of $180. So this technology is already out there. It's already being used. It's already functioning. At your job here, it really just has to happen here in America. All right, and this technology is already ready. You go to work, you got to put your chip thing to open the door, to go in the elevator, to log into your computer. I did a video at CarMax. They already have it where you have to have a chip to log into your computer. It's no longer passwords and emails. No, you literally have to use that chip, to work. And as the scriptures say, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. Meaning you're not going to be able to participate in society. You're not going to be able to work. All right, and right now they're pushing legislation that it's not mandatory that you have to get this chip. But what is it to say? Which is again, that's just the chess move with Esau. And same with this this banned facial recognition tech ban. It's quote unquote proactive. But all it is doing is pushing his agenda. He uses hey man, this man is his sword is not only exclusive to his weaponry, all right, his tongue, man. This man is he's like it says, his words are smooth as butter. His lips, the things he does and speaks, he's a devil, nonetheless. I continue, inserted just below the thumb. This chip, about the size of a Tylenol pill, can open and secure doors exactly, pay for tickets, and share emergency information with medical personnel. All right, and that's where vaccines come in, mandatory vaccinations. What is it to say the country goes into a state of emergency and all these laws are overruled? That it's mandatory that you have to get a vaccination. What is it to say that an outbreak would come out? An outbreak of a terminal illness or a disease or a virus, all right, which is spreading at a rapid rate, which they're gonna push this out, and everybody automatically, everybody's gonna have to get a chip, because we have to control this virus you're not chipped, you'll be deemed a terrorist. You'll stuff like that. Yeah, and as far as this facial net recognition, this Big Brother technology, again, another false flag. A blackout or whatever the case may be, they'll be like, hey, we don't know, everybody's a terrorist, via the Patriot Act, which is already in place. This man is very wise. Okay, he has cards he hasn't been played, but he has a short time. He's gonna try to he has to start speeding stuff up because he's running out of time. And that's when we're gonna start seeing desperation. This man's very sloppy. But that's why Scripture says he's gonna come down having great wrath, because he has a short time. And Most High is gonna intervene. But continuing enables. Well, really on the point of this. Speaking of medical personnel information, that goes with I got an article real fast. I won't try to stay too long on this one. Does Obamacare require Americans to be implanted with microchips? So this legislation is just pushed forward. These quote unquote presidents, they're just seat holders. Where they're puppets. But yeah, you can read some of it. Where's the point? Here in HR 3200, in the middle of a lot of legislation writing about healthcare exchange systems and loan programs for healthcare workers, is a section detailed that the FDA established a national medical device registry. A national medical device registry. All right, this is talking about the chip. Okay. Again, man, this devil he's very wise, man. Has ignited the microchip myth. So this is just a low to sleep article, but you can pick some meat off this. Obviously Esau's gonna say, don't worry about it. Peace and safety, peace and safety. That's what he's supposed to do. But here, I think it was on page 2. The point. So all this talking, and then this is where I'm gonna show you. So this talks about devices, class 3 devices, where it's you're cut into and the device is put into you. All right, but the idea behind the registry was to track the safety and effectiveness of this medical device after they already. That's not it. Here. Authors note, does Obamacare require Americans to be implanted with microchips? Well, isn't this a tricky topic to talk about? The future of healthcare in America, and specifically what the new Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, if you refer, means for all of us. This was a bill that was so misunderstood when it was first drafted, and things didn't improve when it became law in March 2012. Some of the myths and misunderstandings came in the wording, and that's the same way they said it with this new bill in Arkansas. They had to change the wording and stuff like that. It's the same, man. He uses the same tactics. He says all that stuff and says he don't give you a straight answer. And that's just screaming fishy, fishy, fishy. But you people, whatever. That's why it's about the elect. But well, I'll get to that article too. Where was I? Talks about privacy. The chip implant is a secure way of ensuring that a person's digital identity is linked to their personal identity, and that's heavy too. Again, going into that Big Brother stuff. Esau wants eyes and ears on everything. He already does it now. He already has. This chip is just the final destination. He has voice recorders on your phone. You have dumb devices like Alexa and stuff like that. Your TV listens to you. If you got a smart freaking refrigerator, it listens to you. And it's all adding on to your digital identity. So this is Esau's plan, man. You already have what Elon Musk already says, we're cyborgs because of our phone. Your personal self is in your phone, and they want to merge that with the computer, and then eventually merging you into the computer, turning everything into a supercomputer, which is his plan, but to none avail. But here, the RFID the RFID chip has been around since 1998, so this technology is not new. This is perfected and received FDA approval in 2004. Of course, it got FDA approval. You know, same people that approve these what you call GMOs. They are already widely implemented in pacemakers and insulin pumps for diabetes, and many of us, and that's how they're gonna get. Oh man, a lot of people, man, this outbreak when this pestilence comes out, and many of us have chip implanted in our pets, so if they're lost, they can be returned. So this is just showing you, like, showing you like Esau plans on showing you as you are his ownership. He wants to make it official. Because and making the whole world into a digital, making the world use a digital currency so we can monitor everything. You can't monitor the dollar bill like he wants to. All right, you can't do side deals if I'll give you $20 for gas. He can't. That's not on paper. That's a problem for him. And that's why he wants to make everything digital so he knows everything. Okay. But here, reading this, many of us have chips implanted in our pets, so if they're lost, they can be returned. What is it to say? It's crazy. Combine that with the fact that you'll never have to be worried about losing your wallet. It just sounds like you're trying to convince a kid. We'll be able to control many of your electronic devices. You'll never have to show an ID or a license. So it's just basically because people just love shiny stuff. You put a few cool gadgets on it, and then people hop all over it. And that's the thing with Esau, man. He knows how you people think, man. He has you all to a T. He uses gradualism. His technology. He reveals. He's ages ahead of the stuff he puts out. It's like him having the iPhone 27 and you having the iPhone 10. Here, no need for cash or credit cards. You can just Google search cashless societies. Majority of stores, you can just have a chip reader thing. You got, again, this is the direction of this world is heading into. Because this is heavy prophecy for one. But this is a part of Esau's New World agenda. But again, it doesn't say any benefits. It talks about all these chips secure. Anything that is, that has a internet access, can be hacked into. So your chip can be hacked into, take all your money out. But nonetheless, okay. But yeah, this is being pushed, all right, and to show you that this is getting ready to be serious, this is Arkansas. Arkansas was the first state to speak on this subject matter concerning the microchip. All right, because places like companies like 3 Square Market are already offering microchip implants to their employees. So this devil, he's hopping on it. Again, this is all according to his plan, but he's so to say being quote unquote proactive. Okay, but he's just putting this into law, so he don't keep no laws. All right, and again, I'll just read this article real fast because it's kind of getting lengthy in this lesson. A bill. So this is what January. Say early in this year, 2019, a bill that would bar Arkansas employers from requiring employees to be implanted with microchips cleared the legislative committee today. Rep. Stephen Meek said he decided to sponsor House Bill 1177 after reading an article about 3 Square Market. All right, so 3 Square Market is like pretty much the headliner as far as companies in these microchips. All right, continuing, that gives an employee the option of having a chip implanted in one of his hands that the employee can use to gain access to company's headquarters and pay for food in the cafeteria. All right, pay for food. So we'll continue. According to the news reports, the chips are about the size of a grain of rice and are implanted between the thumb and the index finger using a syringe. Okay. The bill the bill would make Arkansas the first state to establish regulations governing employees' use of the device on their employees. The employers using the device on their employees. He said he doesn't know of a company in Arkansas with plans to use the technology, but he wants to have rules in place when it arrives. All right. That's the thing also with law, it can't keep up with with technology, and that's why stuff like this, which, but again, this is part of Esau's chess game, but that's going off for another thing. Here's this dude's quote: "Do you wait until after the snake bites and then try to come up with the solutions for it?" Yeah, whatever. Meek said, "I believe there's great wisdom in doing it beforehand." So again, this is just quote unquote proactive, but it's putting it into law makes it means it can be manipulated. It means it can be changed or overrun. Again, hence a national emergency or in the perfect example, which is going to be martial law. All right, where law doesn't even matter. Okay, well, law doesn't even matter. All right. But this devil using gradualism, he's already putting in front of you, what you have to face. This chip and these vaccines, chip and vaccines, stuff like that. But yeah, gradualism. But yeah, I mean, that's the really the point of this article, showing us it's law. Okay, it's already in front of, like, what is that devil said? I think it was Joe Biden. I'm not sure. One of those devils said, in front of the Congress, that you guys gonna have to rule on this eventually, and that eventually is now. And here, just trying to tie this all together, as far as this, how the devil is so being proactive. San Francisco's facial recognition technology ban explained. The city's ban of the technology would set a nationwide precedent. So Big Brother may be watching you. That goes into was it 1984? Talking about an Orwellian police state. This is what that movie was about. But here it is. Long and behold, here it is. San Francisco is the first major city to ban local government agencies' use of facial recognition, becoming a leader in regulating technology, criticized for its potential to expand widespread government surveillance and reinforce police bias. So, and the hypocrisy on this is there's already facial recognition technology out there. Instagram, Snapchat, these things are already in the database. So all you people are already in the database. You are some shape or form. Everybody's in the database. All right, but Esau is just gonna put it all together, with this chip. But look at China. They already have this in place. Because we're in times of war. So Esau, he wants eyes on everybody. Because he at the end of the day he's shook. Because he knows prophecy is getting ready to prevail, but he is really trying to, no matter what, because again, this is all according to prophecy, to fulfill his new world order. All these people like to say conspiracy. Well, long and behold, all the stuff you were afraid to deal with, hey, here it is. And the times are speeding up, like scriptures say. The days are being shortened because, hey, no flesh should be saved. Esau, he wants to brand humans. What's his name? The inventor of the UPC, George Laurer. I don't know. He invented the UPC, and today, it's placed upon every item traded worldwide. And that bar uses the 666 number, right? Into what I did have a picture, but apparently just Google it. UPC, Universal Product Code 666, because he wants to claim you as property. Yep, here you go. So if you look on the outside, the red, all right, those barcodes, every barcode has this same type of setup, with the 6 and the 6. Okay, as you can see, the blue, that number means 6. All right, and there's 3 6s, 6 6. All right, boom. Okay, he plans on putting this brand inside of you. okay, scanning you. All right, like, because you are a slave to Esau. All right, that's that pact. All right, but he's according to prophet, he's not gonna prevail. So here, I'm gonna bring out these precepts and close it out. All right, it's Revelation chapter 3, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So it don't matter what kind of man or person you are in society, you're gonna be, that's that reputation. You're gonna have to be faced with this chip, okay? Because hey, the dollar's gonna crash, and then a lot of stuff's gonna tell to push this, but you're not gonna be able to participate into Esau society without this chip. All right, to go into the word mark. All right, for edification. Go into the word charagma. I passed it. Charagma. A stamp or imprinted mark. All right, a mark of the mark stamped on the forehead of the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. All right, the mark branded upon horses. All right, again, to show ownership. Like your T-shirt says Nike, your shoes say Jordan, your car says Ford. All right, that's a brand, meaning this that's the showing who owns it, okay, who it belongs to. And this chip is gonna be basically the same thing. All right, here you go into the Strong's definition. A scratch or etching. When you etch something, use a needle, okay, and that's what's going to how this chip's gonna be. Well, you can see examples. You Google it, okay. They use a syringe, all right, and then a syringe is a needle, okay. So this is talking about that chip, all right. 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, which is this chip, the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell. You're not gonna be able to participate in society. You're not gonna be able to work. You're not gonna be able to get paid. You're not gonna be able to do anything. All right. So that's where these guillotines come in. Yeah, like you said, the number of his name, the UPC code, the 666. All right. Here's 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666, which is 6, 6, and 6. Okay, the mark of the devil. All right. So this is going to happen to you if you take it. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast or his image, and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand. So it don't matter where you receive it at. Okay, if it's inside of your body, all right, you're a done deal. Okay, you take it out, it don't matter. All right, you have given into this man's saying this man Esau is God. And the Most High, what he's gonna do? What? This is verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger. Because the way of the world, man, oh man, this world is sick. All right, and basically the Most High is coming to clean all this mess up and set up his children. All right, which the promise pertains to, being the rulers of the earth. All right, being the children of God. All right, is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but continuing, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. All right, and that's talking about these nuclear missiles. Okay, this place America is going to be decimated. All right, cooked. Cooked to ashes. All right, be these nuclear missiles, these hypersonic missiles, which these nations are getting ready to shoot over here. All right. Again, we're in heavy times of prophecy. All right, so I'm gonna close out here, because of the balance. All right, this is Job chapter 20, and start at you can here start at 19. All right, so Job chapter 20 and verse 19, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. All right, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. All right, this land America. All right, he took this land by violence. All right, and established his world by blood. All right, that's why he's getting ready to be recompensed. Right, because all the atrocities and evil things he has done, which he continues to do, he's gonna have to pay for, which he didn't consider because of his pride. All right, but it says 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. Okay, because he knows he knows he had a short time. He's nervous. All right, this devil is gonna be upset. Yeah, that's like you get an upset stomach. It's not a good feeling. All right, but because of his pride, he's gonna continue to push, and because again this is the will of the Most High. This is 21. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. All right, and that goes into him failing, his New World Order agenda failing. All right, no one's gonna look for his goods. All right, and that's going into these nations not wanting to deal with the whore no more. They don't want to do business with this place because he's a madman. All right, and that goes into them drinking the cup, and them being mad. All right, and the cup being full of abominations. They woken up to this man's tactics. And he is the devil the Bible speaks of. That's 22. And 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning a difficult situation. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right, these nations coming upon him. All right, because that's what he's trying to. After this war, he's gonna do like he did after every world war. He's gonna start policing everybody and telling them what to do. Okay, which he never follows, but nonetheless, this is 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So when he is about to fill his belly on this New World Order, which is right now, all right, the Most High is going to upset him. All right, this is the greatest upset in world history. All right, but yeah, I read 24 and 25. Yeah, 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right, again, these nuclear missiles. It's 25. It is dawn and cometh out of the body. Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his gowl. Terrors are upon him. Because he's getting ready to meet the king of terrors. All right, which is YAHAWASHI. All right, in the return of YAHAWASHI. These chariots, which the world so calls UFOs, are the vehicles of the angels. And hey, like Daniel says, the saints are getting ready to take the kingdom. All right, Esau thinks he's gonna fulfill his New World Order, and he's gonna abide here forever, and eventually suck the earth dry and fly off to Mars or wherever he desires, and just being a destroyer. It's not gonna happen. Okay, again, if it wasn't for the elect's sake, no flesh would be saved. So all you people of the world, if it wasn't for the elect, existence on this earth would be zero. But because of the mercies of YAHAWASHI, he's remembered the covenant and promises that he made unto our forefathers, being Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then down to the 12 sons, being the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, we are the children of the Most High, and the earth was made for our sakes, and the earth wasn't made in vain. It was made for what? For the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to rule in righteousness, which is getting ready to happen. All right, but yeah, it's heavy, heavy prophecy. This is